welcome back. Happening live right now. Twitter CEO Jack Dorsey testifying before a House committee on misinformation on the internet. Both sides, Democrats, Republicans, questioning the big tech CEOs, Jack Dorsey, Sundar Pichai of Google, and Mark Zuckerberg of Facebook about the content that they post. We're monitoring this, and of course we'll follow that. You can always keep up with stories like this one up on Newsmax.com. Meanwhile, it's time to bring back Joey Wonka and the Progressive Factory. President Biden, a.k.a. Joey Wonka, is forging ahead with another massive federal spending spree. This time it's worth $3 trillion. Yes, you can only dream of this stuff in a land of pure imagination. Part 2 of his rescue and recovery plan focuses on infrastructure, clean energy, education, and child care. More details are expected next week when Biden travels to Pittsburgh for more of his Help Is Here tour. But the cost of this next spending spree is even starting to cause some Democrats to worry. Congressman Jim Himes of Connecticut told Politico, quote, "History shows us that when money is effectively free, crazy things happen." And we are starting to see a lot of crazy things in the equity market, the high-yield bonds market, SPACs and tokens. Yes, you've heard about those non-fungible tokens. Oftentimes this kind of thing does not end well at all. Joining us now to talk more about this, financial analyst and president of Zuma Global, Heather Zumarraga, author of The Man's Guide to Corporate Culture. And Seth Denson is back with us, business and market analyst. His book, The Cure, a blueprint for solving America's healthcare crisis. Big news, as I indicated before on Twitter, Heather, Seth, and I are about to launch our own NFT. I have no idea what an NFT actually does, but I saw that Rool just made a lot of money, like $100,000 or something, for something associated with the Fire Festival, which was a huge disaster. Jack Dorsey's first tweet sold for over $1 million, and you don't even own the tweet. You just own some sort of digital certificate. But, you know, these are the types of things historically, guys, when you start to see non-fungible tokens going through the roof and all these kind of weird investments spiking, something's afoot with the market, Heather, isn't it? And, you know, maybe it's time to start pulling back a little bit. I don't know.
Right. I mean, you talk about maybe it's an inflation hedge, this new artwork online, this digital artwork. Look at Bitcoin. Some are saying that Bitcoin may be outlawed in the future, and I think that gold will then catch a bid as a consequence of that. But when you look at everything, stock market near all-time highs, interest rates are rising. Look at the housing market, right? This big pandemic boom. It's not just people moving from New York to Florida. It's the fact that the Federal Reserve is keeping interest rates near zero for a very long time. The Fed Chair Jerome Powell said he's going to keep rates near zero until 2024. So even Democrats are sounding the alarm. Wait a minute, we pumped trillions into the economy, maybe too fast, too quickly, and does it even need it? And they're worried about inflation, but you know what? Inflation is already here.
Well, you know, it's amazing to me, too, because the trick about getting these spending bills up into the trillions of dollars is setting it, oh, it's just $3 trillion, not a lot of money, but, you know, you really can't get a grasp on how much money $1 trillion actually is, Seth, you know, and how are we going to pay it back?
Well, you bring up a great point. And unfortunately, to Heather's point, Democrats are sounding the alarm, but they're not doing anything about it. They're more Baruch assault if we're going to land in the world of imagination, right? I want more and I want it now, right? But the reality is, yeah, this trillion, and I actually wrote an article on Newsmax.com where I talk about for every American adult, if we wanted to pay back the current debt, that's over $225,000 for every American adult. And now we want to spend more. And to Heather's point, inflation is already here. A couple of weeks ago, she mentioned stagflation. We're talking about another $3 trillion bill. Our economy is getting dangerously close, if not there already, of being addicted to stimulus. And if you're addicted to addiction, there's only 2 ways to cure it: detox or death. And that's scary when we start to really think about the numbers that we're talking about, the amount of debt that we've racked up in just a year period.
Yeah, I mean, we're not just talking, too, about printing money. We're talking about these interest rates being low. No incentive to save money here, Heather. We've been doing this quantitative easing for literally almost 10 years now, and we are addicted to it. Sooner or later, Seth's right, we have to get off this train.
Well, even more so, and the Federal Reserve has hinted a few years ago, pre-pandemic, they were actually shrinking their balance sheet at one point in time, but then COVID happened, and here we are again. I think the worry was in 2008, you look at former President Obama, he was criticized, as well as the Fed at that time, for not doing enough. It was too little too late. Now it's too much. The pendulum has swung so far in the opposite direction. And if you look at small businesses, I'm driving down the street, McDonald's, IHOP, a car wash. These are all starter jobs. I get that. But big signs saying now hiring, where $15 an hour is not even worth it for some people that were recently unemployed to go take one of those jobs because they make more on unemployment or they make more with all these direct stimulus checks. And although that was needed temporarily in the beginning, the economy is growing. Estimates for 6.5% GDP by Goldman Sachs and Bank of America this year. So do we really need it? Yeah. Maybe it's going to hinder the economy and bankrupt small businesses because they can't hire people. People make more, some, to sit at home.
It reminds me of when your computer starts spinning, the fan goes real fast, you know something bad is about to happen. We might be at that point, guys. Also, to your point, Heather, I took my kids to Wendy's last night. They had a sign in the window, not only hiring now, but they say work today, get paid tomorrow. That's what they're trying to do to incentivize people to work there. Nobody wants to take these entry-level jobs, probably because they know they're going to be replaced by robots eventually. Heather, Seth, great to see you both.
Thanks, John.
All right, we are just moments away from President Biden's first official press conference. Stay with us. We'll carry the whole thing in its entirety live. We're going to take a short commercial break. We're coming back with Dave Rubin at the top of the hour. Don't go away.
Closed captioning brought to you